How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. And today, God bless Cuba. Let's free the people from Cuba. Today, after 60 years of horrible tyranny, of horrible dictatorship, of horrible inhumane living, the people of Cuba have rising and have said to the world and to communism and to this dictatorship, enough is enough. We are tired. We want a normal life. We want a life for our children, for our grandchildren, for our family. We want a better life for the future generations of Cubans. This is why, people, I've been tirelessly working every day saying communism and socialism, it is not the solution for any country. We have talked to people and migrants from Venezuela and kids we have brought to our live feeds, and they have said to you guys, communism destroys families, destroys family parks, destroys economy, destroys everything. Communism, it is not the solution, and it is more ridiculous that you have leftist Democrats in the United States of America and the left over here in Mexico who are promoting a socialist capitalist, that is the new terminology. Watch out for that. A socialist capitalist ideology, for people to understand that is totalitarianism of communism, total dictatorship. This is why Nancy Pelosi has been 40 plus years in her political stance. This is why all these leftist, Democrat, communist dictators, they don't want to leave power. This is what communist does. And what else did the people from Cuba to explain what communism it is about? What exactly happened yesterday? What triggered the Cuba people to basically say enough is enough? Can you imagine living under these circumstances? And also, after you living under these circumstances, and people in the United States, that is the most capitalist country that exists in the world, trying to bring that idea of tyranny into the United States of America. Can you imagine that? Amazing. We are live at Facebook and we're live at YouTube. If you guys want to share, I know censorship, it is horrible on my platform, but if you guys can help me out on sharing this video. Today we have two guests, and I like to be humble and invite the people because the guests are the people. They're not politicians. They're not corrupt politicians, polluted politicians. These are actually the roots people that they can actually explain what is really happening in Cuba and what is really happening around the world with communism. As we have brought people from Venezuela, we have brought people from all parts of the world, from Chile. We are bringing today to you guys a normal citizen. She is a migrant from Cuba. That she moved 2 years ago to Jamaica, and she lives in Jamaica right now. She's making a beautiful life in Jamaica. The most awful thing about this is that the Cuba people, they don't want to leave the island. They love Cuba. Cuba, for people to understand, it is a tropical paradise. It is one of the most beautiful places that exist in the world. They are rich in knowledge. They have the best medicals and the best medics, doctors in the world. They are extremely prepared. But this is horrible, what communism will do to a country. I would like to present to you guys a friend of mine, which she is a Cubana. She's Cuban, and she lives in Jamaica. Her name is Aracy Cabrejas, as she is going to explain what is happening in Cuba right now, and she has family in Cuba. So everybody give a warm welcome to Arasi Cabrejas. Arasi, saludos, ¿cómo estás? Gracias. Thank you so much for giving me the time of the day. God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you, my friend. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Now,
Thank you.
I want to ask you, and God bless your dear heart. I want to ask you a question. You are a Cuban citizen.
Mm-hmm.
You exiled from Cuba 2
2
years
years
ago,
ago. Mm-hmm.
and you went to Jamaica.
Yes.
Why?
Okay, my great grandmother was Jamaican and she migrated to Cuba back in the time when people actually went to Cuba for a better life, not like now. So I applied for citizenship by descent. So I came here. The reason why I came here is not because I wanted to leave Cuba. I love my country. I miss my country every single day. The reason why I left is because you have no freedom in Cuba. I'm not talking about privilege or silliness of foolish leftist stuff. No, we have no freedom. You can speak your mind. You can even say, I'm hungry when you're hungry because it's illegal. In Cuba,
Wow.
everything is illegal.
Wow.
Everything is illegal. Let me tell you basic stuff about living in Cuba. You can study what you want. So you have to study. You have to actually get a career that helps the government or what the government needs. You can go wherever you want. For example, you live in Kansas City, you can go to Miami or New York. You have to have a permission from the government, for the police, for you to be for a specific reason in Miami or in New York. So, for example, I was born in Guantanamo. People from Guantanamo or Santiago de Cuba cannot go to Havana freely because the police deport you in your own
Wow.
country. You are deported. You
Wow.
cannot be in Havana unless you are a person who was born in Havana. You
Now, let
cannot
me
buy a
ask you.
house. You
Yeah.
cannot, sorry, you cannot buy a house. You could not own a car. You cannot, I eat steak for the first time in my life when I was like, I don't know, I think I was 17 or so. And it was because pastors from United States, because I grew in a church in Cuba, in a Methodist church. And I have the blessing. God was so merciful with me. I have a couple of pastors from United States who went there and they took they were fond of me. And thanks God, they helped me a lot. Thanks God for that, because that's how I went through my high school. Because in Cuba, you can't afford anything. You don't have shoes. You don't have clothing. I don't mean you have like 10 dress and you want a new dress because it's what is on fashion now. No, I mean you have no clothes. You have no shoes. I missed my last year in high school. I missed 6 months of going to school because I didn't have shoes. I could not go to school because I did not have shoes. And my family is prepared. I mean, my family is professional. My mom, she's dead now. My mom was a nurse. Everybody in my family are doctors and nurses. So I'm not saying my family is drug addict, trash people, drinking beer. No, no, no. Everybody work hard every day of their life, and they
Now, let
cannot
me ask you a
afford a
question.
decent living.
Let me ask you a question. And first and foremost, I would like to say something because you were a little bit concerned about this. Everybody in the audience, doesn't she have a beautiful accent? She has a beautiful
I'm sorry
accent.
for my
She,
accent.
she is doing,
I'm
she was
self-taught.
concerned
I don't
about,
speak English so well.
no,
Sorry.
you were concerned about your English. Your English is perfect. You have a beautiful accent. Don't worry about it. So let us talk a little bit,
Mhm.
Arasi,
Yeah,
about what is going on right now in Cuba.
sure.
This is a video.
Hmm.
What happened? What happened that got the people? Because you were telling me something really important the other day. You were telling me, Oscar, it was because they're hungry, they're tired. There's no food, there's no water, there's nothing. They're taking away everything from us. This tyrannical communist government for more than 60 years, people. 60 years. And you got Democrats in the United States of America who want this tyrannical communist system. What
Please don't let
happened,
that
Arasi?
happen.
What
Don't
happened
let
in
that
Cuba?
happen.
What happened?
What happened, Oscar, is what I was telling you. This is what I left 3 years ago, and things were not as bad as now. Look, during the pandemic, what the government did, they put every food, every basic item like toilet paper, soap, shampoo, everything a person needs to live a decent life, they put it in US dollars. US dollars in Cuba, what we make in Cuba
Wow.
is Cuban pesos. And the minimum wage, the normal wage, because nobody has a big wage in Cuba, is nothing. It's like $30 a month. It's nothing. You can't afford a life with that. And that was back in my time when things were not as expensive as now. Things are scarce now. Basic items like food, like there is no medicine. Everything is scarce and everything is in US dollars. People are actually dying. Look, I'm so sick and tired of this stuff that's saying about Cuba saving people and the vaccine. There is no such thing as a vaccine in Cuba. It's not a proven vaccine. They are testing Cuban people like they're laboratory rats. Okay, Cuba doesn't even make aspirin. How can they make 4 vaccines? That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. I want you to see the videos of the people in hospitals dying, laying in the floor because there is not even, how can I say camillas in English? Camillas, like for caring people in the hospitals. You know?
Bed rest, or the bed, well, the trench, where they carry the people in the hospital, the beds.
Yeah, there is nothing like that. What the government do, they are just sending doctors all over the world because that's just merchandising. Just to say Cuba is this heaven. My country is a heaven. My country. The government is a piece of crap, man. They're killing our people. Listen, what happened yesterday? It was a peaceful protest. I want to make this very clear. It was a peaceful protest. Actually peaceful. Not peaceful like Maras burning places down and killing people. No, peaceful protest. You see the videos from yesterday. There was little kids, families, young women, old ladies, grandmothers, grandfathers. The family went out on the street with no guns. There no Cubans doesn't have guns because the first things the revolution did, the revolution when they arrived in power in the 59 was taking the guns out of the street. The Cubans doesn't have anything to defend themselves with, not even a kitchen knife. Okay, I want to make this clear. Nobody was making any violence. They was just claiming for freedom. Freedom, because that's the basic human need, is to be free. Free to speak what you need to speak. Free to be what you want to be. You mean like you can have, you can own a business, but that's like, okay, you can
Arasi,
own a business, you can own anything, but you can even own your own thoughts in Cuba. People say enough is
Arasi,
enough. Yeah,
Arasi. This is one of the things that I have talked to people from Venezuela, and
yeah,
people from Venezuela, that they are relatively, in comparison to Cuba, they're new to what you guys have experienced,
yeah.
but they have always told me, what would you want more if you can ask for it right now? And they
Freedom,
will say to you, freedom.
freedom, freedom, freedom.
Imagine the people of the United States of America, this tyrannical left in the United States of America, they don't understand, Arasi.
They're a
What is
joke.
freedom? They don't. This is what I get mad with these Alexander Ocasios, these Rashida
These
Talibs, these
people are a
Ilhan
joke,
Omars,
man.
that they're talking about communism, but they don't live over here. They
I will
haven't even
send these
experienced
people,
that.
I will send these people in Cuba with no benefits, with no money, to live like a Cuban person for 20 days. Just send them in Cuba for 20 freaking days, and that bullshit of oppression, it will be over. When they actually, the only concern will be what I'm going to eat today. Not, oh, my skin color, my gender. No, your concern is the roof is going to fall on my head and kill me, like it has happened in Havana, actually, because the buildings are so old and the government doesn't care. They make millions and they don't invest it in people. The roof has fell upon people and they have killed children inside sleeping. When your concern is, I don't have food, I don't have any clothing to cover myself. When that's your only concern, you're gonna forget about. When your concern is, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, man, you are privileged. When that's all you can think about, you are a freaking privileged person. Because people in Cuba and people in Venezuela, you know what the concern is? I'm gonna freaking starve because I don't have food. And you know what the government do? They're gonna put every single item you can get in US dollars, a currency you can't get in Cuba. You know why they do that? So us, the ones living abroad, we have to support our family from
Now, let
every
me ask you
single
a
thing they
question.
need.
Let me ask you a
That's
question for
abusive.
everybody that is watching. This is Arasi Cabrejas. She is a Cuban migrant who exiled Cuba 2 years ago, and she went to Jamaica. For everybody that is watching, God bless everybody that is watching. Buy me a coffee is on top of the link. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting, buy me a coffee is on top of the link. We have PayPal on the description box also. Thank you so much. We're live on Facebook and we're live at YouTube. Share this information. Thank you so much. Now, Arasi, there was a
Mhm.
rumor yesterday, and it was a strong rumor that they cut all communications, internet, phone service out of
Right.
Cuba. Is that a reality? Because you have family in Cuba that you just until today you contacted. You haven't slept anything. You were awake the whole night because you were worried about what is actually going on. Is this a reality, and what is going on right now?
That's a fact. I can tell you, as true as I'm here, no Cuban slept last night. Nobody, no Cuban in any part of the world slept. Even people went to work today without sleeping a bit last night. They cut all communication since yesterday in the afternoon because that's what the government do. So they can control every single piece of news that leaves the island or enter the island. Because what I want to explain about the protest, everything was peaceful, and the government sent the military forces on the street. The president is not a president. I want to let this very clear. Nobody voted for that guy because that's how tyrants work. Nobody voted for this guy. In Cuba, we don't have elections. They just put whoever they want, family, friend, whatever. So this guy told people the streets are for the communists. Las calles pertenecen a los revolucionarios. So he basically told people, you have to defend your streets from the worms. We, the ones who are opposed to the government, our president called us worms. Okay, so that's how are we called in our own country. We are not Cubans. We are not Cubans because they made this connection that Cuba is the government and communism is our homeland. So if you are not a communist, you are not Cuban. You are nothing. You are a worm. So he told people to go on the street and fight the peaceful protest. There's some news saying that some people were protesting and some people were in favor of communists. That's a big fat lie. That's a lie. The major of the population in Cuba were on the street reclaiming for freedom. The majority of people there, it was that like 90% of the population in Cuba were on the street yesterday and today claiming for freedom, claiming for food. Okay, there were like 4 or 5, I don't know, few people sent from the government, paid for the government to go and repress these people. They killed people last night. That's why they cut the internet and the light
They
and
killed
everything because
people.
they killed people. It was confirmed
Hold
they
on with
killed
that. Hold
people.
on. Hold
The
on with that.
police.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second with that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is extremely alarming because if they cut, because this is what happened, and it has happened before in Venezuela. They did it. They have done it in Honduras. This when there's
That's
dictatorship,
how they
people,
work. That's how they
when
work.
there's
It's the
dictatorship, and
ABC.
yes, when there's dictatorship and when there's communism, and you got these tyrants, they will cut communication, electricity, and they will cut everything that you have, so you will not have and you will not expose what is really happening. So actually, after they cut the whole communication, Arasi, and they cut the phone service and internet, they started killing people.
They kill people. They beat women. I'm not
Wow.
saying beating. They beat women. There are women bleeding with their face bleeding because the police is with a stick, hitting people with sticks. They're shooting at people. They're killing innocent people, unarmed people. There are no guns in Cuba. People don't even have a knife to defend themselves, and they are sending armed police to fight peaceful protesters. The only thing they're asking for is freedom. Freedom. We're not asking for I don't know, going to Mars. We want to be freaking free, like everybody should be. That's what
Now
we
let
want.
me
The
ask
only
you
thing I
something.
regret right now is not being there.
You said
I
something.
tell you this.
You said something really interesting, that this is what is happening in the United States of America with this president that wants to, degrade the Second Amendment of taking
Don't
away
let that
guns.
happen.
Now,
Don't let that happen, man.
hold on. Now, this has happened in Mexico. They took away the right. You can own a gun over here in Mexico, but it's really really difficult to own a gun. In Venezuela, they took away their guns, so you disarm the people and you make them vulnerable to this. Now, I saw a picture, and I will put it right now on the screen as soon as I can. but I saw a picture, Arasi, of the people of Venezuela, defending themselves with sticks,
Rocks,
and this is
rocks and sticks.
something
That's all you have.
that this is something for the people of the United States of America. And I will put the picture right now on the screen. This is how they are defending themselves, and this is what is going to happen if the people in the North, that is the country that it can save the world, that is the United States, will accept this kind of behavior and communistic ideologies. Is this a reality, Arasi, that this is the only way that people can defend themselves, with sticks?
Rocks and sticks. That's all you got against guns shooting at you. Rocks and sticks. That's how you defend your freedom. That's why so many people were killed last night. People were killed yesterday. And still there are no communications with Cuba. I just communicate with my family 35 minutes before I talk to you, and it was on the actual phone.
And how is your family?
Thank God, they're so far so good.
But you told me something on the phone call before that they're good because they're on a side of a population, but there's other side of the population of Cuba where it is bad. It is really bad. What is happening?
My family lives in the country. My family is living in the countryside, which is like a farm side. It's quiet and not really a lot of people, and they don't really know exactly what's going on. They know that something bad is going on, but since there is no communication in Cuba and the government is the one controlling everything, it's not like CNN is there telling what's going on. No. There is only one television, ¿cómo se dice? Un canal de televisión.
Mainstream media.
Only one, and it belongs to the government. So they control everything that people know. That's how they control your mind, your thoughts, whatever. So my family doesn't really know. I told them, but it was a few minutes ago. I could not talk to my family in the entire night. Nobody, everybody's the same. They're desperate, seeing what's happening. So in my family, where my family lives, things are quiet by now. But in Havana, a lot of places in Cuba, Matanzas, it's everybody's on the road. I mean, Cuban people is quite peaceful. And I thought the first time police started shooting, everybody was going to run away. People did not run away. Actually, I saw videos of men taking out the shirts and say, shoot right here. Shoot me right here in my chest. People are done. People are tired. You only can take so much, man. You can only take so much.
Years,
your whole freaking life. Your whole life.
60 years. 60 years.
They control, man, they control your life. They tell you what to do, what not to do, what to think, what not to think. Who can be your friend? Who is your enemy? We are taught since we're little, Americans are the enemy. Americans are bad. Americans want to destroy us. Americans want to attack us. Everything that's going on bad in Cuba is because of Americans. It's not freaking Americans. All I know about Americans, they were the pastor who came to Cuba, and they're always helping us. Always helping us. So the wrong things in Cuba is because of the inefficient freaking government we have there, destroying us. They are the one who doesn't allow us to fish. Cubans can fish, you know that?
They don't allow you to fish.
It's not allowed in an island. In an island, you can't fish.
Wow.
You can't grow. For example, you have a backyard and you want to grow your own food. You can't do that. Everything in Cuba is illegal. Everything in Cuba. For example, if you go to Cuba, since you are a foreigner, I could not talk to you. Not even say hi to you, because I will be labeled like as a prostitute, and I'm gonna be harassing you. You cannot even be my friend if I were in Cuba. This conversation we're having, if I were in Cuba, I probably would be in jail. Horrible. It's crazy. People don't really fathom the extent of the repression we have in Cuba. It's beyond. You have to leave it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They control you. They own you.
Now,
we're actually slaves of those people. So that people don't say enough.
What is the minimum wage right now in monthly wage in
$30? $30. It's not enough for anything.
$30 a month.
The equivalent. What's the word? Equivalent?
Yes. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, and that's not. It's not enough for anything. Doesn't mean that because we make $30, you can live with that. No, it's not enough. Not even to survive 15 days in Cuba. Foreigners who have traveled to Cuba probably they know how expensive is Cuba.
No, Arasi. No, let me get this straight. You got leftists in the United States of America. They're saying that there's Cubans in Cuba that they're saying that they support communism. What is that a lie? Because these people are lying through their teeth right now.
listen, there are people in Cuba who actually support the government, and it's because they get prebendas from the government. How can I say prebendas in
Free
English?
stuff.
Uh-huh. So the government gives them a car, a house. They can travel outside of to other countries and buy the items that for us is a luxury, like shampoo, body lotion. That's a
So
luxury
basically,
in Cuba. So
let me
you
interrupt
live
you
like
right there.
kings among the poor. So yeah,
Let me
you support
interrupt you
that.
right there for a second because this is really important. What you're saying is really important. This is how a communist regime starts the tyrannical government to accustom the citizen to not do anything. This is exactly what it was happening to the United States with stimulus checks. That they were getting people in their house to not go out and work, to stay at home because you're
That's step
afraid of the
one
virus, but you are getting stimulized every month with a
for not
stimulus
doing
check.
anything. They are stimulating laziness. You do nothing. You sit in your house. As long as you support me, I got you. I got your back. That's how they do in Cuba. As long as you support so many singers and artists, go outside, oh, we love Cuba, blah, 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 and they talk on behalf of the government, is because back in Cuba, they are privileged. They are privileged because they have access to stuff, to a certain lifestyle that for us in Cuba, they're rich. Because the basic stuff that everybody has, everybody else in the world, like everybody everywhere else in the world, like internet, hot water, AC. For us in Cuba, it's a luxury. No one has that. A nice plate of food, like meat and like a variety of food. That for us is luxury. So these people, for not doing anything, only talking to other countries about how great communism is, they live like kings and queens without doing nothing. So parasites and
Arasi,
lazy people.
these are Democrats in the United States will
Yeah, I
do
know. That's
exactly the
hardly
same.
you're hardly going to find a Cuban who is a Democrat. Hardly, man. There must be some, but you're gonna hardly. Most Cubans voted for Trump because we like men with cojones. So yeah, we love Trump. That's why. Because we don't want to know anything about communists, and we see communists coming from distance. From distance, we see it coming. Probably Americans because they haven't lived it. They wanna be like nice people and I wanna be political correct and la 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 la. They maybe don't see it or they don't really know and they wanna be polite to everybody. We live it. We suffer it.
What
We
now?
die in the sea. We died in the jungle, running out from that stuff. We
let me
see it from
interrupt
the
you there for
distance.
a second. So,
Hmm.
what do you think is going to happen? Because this apparently is not going to stop. This is not
No,
going to
no.
stop. It has triggered the people to basically rise now in other countries. They're listening right now, and you got right now tweets from all Congress people in the United States of America. This is a tweet. Let me put it on the screen so I can read it with you. This is Kevin
Hmm.
McCarthy says after decades through communist dictatorship, the Cuban people deserve liberty. I'm proud to stand
Amen.
solidarity with the people of
Amen.
Cuba who are calling their freedom. This is another tweet from Steve Scalasi. It says, America stands with the people of Cuba as they fight for their freedom from the tyrannical government. Socialism has failed everywhere. It's been tired. We can't let America become another failed socialist experiment. SOS, hashtag SOS Cuba, hashtag, freedom of
Freedom
over
over
socialism. This is
socialism.
another one from
Amen.
Candace Owens. Says why Joe Biden
I follow her.
administration, why Joe Biden's administration working to lie about what is happening in Cuba because they don't want Americans who are seeing the beginning of totalitarian oppressions to recognize what around the corner if we don't stop and we don't stand up to the blatant corruption. And this is the last one that she said, big tech, because they are censoring everything, has lied about everything. They are communists protecting existing communist regimes while working to introduce communist regimes worldwide. And there's a tweet right here by Acadia Crypto from Cuba. Says it is a big lie. My family is in Cuba, does not want vaccines. That's the worst thing that they can do. They want freedom from a tyrannical dictatorship. They are tired of living on a sugar and water. So what do you think is going to happen, Arasi? What do you think?
I think this is it, man. I think this is like the final battle. I think this is unprecedented. This never happened in Cuba because we are being so brainwashed and our information is so corrupt and so limited that we knew nothing of what's going on outside of Cuba. We didn't even knew we were oppressed. We inside Cuba, we didn't knew we were in a dictatorship because we didn't know what dictatorship was. We thought dictatorship was what happening before the revolution in the 59 and Fidel came to free us. That's all we knew. So we knew nothing. And because we didn't have internet, because internet was illegal in Cuba until recent years, we had no information of the outside world. We were like aliens, actually. So right now, because of the internet and people are actually seeing what the reality is, they're seeing that the war is bigger. The war is not just Cuba and the Yankees, the bad Yankees that want to kill us. They know the war is big, and the people are in Cuba realizing about the reality. So people say, this is enough. We have had enough of hunger, of misery, of starvation, of people dying. While they're proclaiming in the world that Cuba is like the cuspide of medicine and all, people are dying without medical treatment, without medical care. People have sarna. ¿Cómo se dice sarna en inglés? The skin rash, like itching. That's a disease, like, I don't know, for African countries or so. And still in Cuba, they have that. They don't have even medicine to treat anything. You know what they're doing every time they have fever or whatever? Green medicine, like boiling tea, green tea, like leaves and stuff.
Wow.
Like cavemen, like, I don't know, 50 years ago, I don't know, 100 years ago medicine, just boiling water with some herbs or something to relieve, because they have no medicine in Cuba, no food. I wanna make this very clear. People are really in need of freedom. We don't want anything else. We don't want the freedom to be handed out to us. We don't have any prevents or anybody to give us anything. We just want to be free to make our way, free to build our country all over again, because our country is being destroyed by communists. And if in America you don't put a straight face to communists, to the leftists, America is going to be ruined. And once communism is installed in a country, look at Cuba and look at Venezuela.
I want to ask you
this question. It's going to be a hell out of a question, a hell out of a problem to get these people out.
This last question to you.
Yes.
You know, and first and foremost, I want to say that you are so brave. And eres una mujer con cojones, como dicen allá. You are a woman that really wears the pants. And everybody that is watching right now, you know, give a round of applause.
I wish I would be in Cuba right now, because
a round of applause.
I want to be part of that.
I think that Arasi did a phenomenal job today. And I believe that Arasi needs a platform so she can start speaking to their countrymen. And also she needs a platform so she can start speaking about communism. That is the most important thing. We're going to have you more on, Arasi, because you did phenomenal today. You did incredible today. I want to ask you one last question. I want to ask you one last question. What would you say to the people in the United States of America and around the world that they think that communism is the solution?
It's not. Short term. Short words. It's not. It's not the solution to anything. The only thing communism is going to do is destroy your country, destroy your family, destroy your freedom, destroy you as a person, destroy everything that is good and fair and honest. Because when people descend to this misery, when they don't have even food to eat, I'm not saying people listen to this. It's not like we have some food and we want a different one. People don't have food in Cuba. People are not allowed to grow their food. People are not allowed to fish. I really doubt there are a lot of Americans that have gone to the bed starving, crying because they're so hungry and they have no food to give their children, and their children are crying, "Mommy, I'm hungry." That's what many women in Cuba are going through. That's why yesterday on the street there were women and children and abuelitas and abuelitos. The family went out on the street. Nobody went on the street to kill people or to demand, give us something free. No, people want freedom because we want to build our country again. Americans, don't let the leftist story tales of equality and whatever get into your head and think, oh, this is a solution for the problems we have. You have problems? Yeah, everybody in the world has problems. Figure out the solution for the problems, but I'm telling you, it's not communism. It's not socialism. It's nothing like that. Everything these people do is putting your own brothers to fight one each other. You're gonna put your Americans to fight your own family, your own friends, because that's what our president did yesterday. They said Cubans have to fight Cubans, Cubans have to kill Cubans, because the country is only for communists. Once you let communists get into United States, they're gonna say only communist Americans are Americans. The rest of you who doesn't agree with communism, you're gonna be called worms. You're gonna be called a disgrace for your country. You are not gonna be considered humans. You're not gonna be considered Americans. You cannot even fathom that, right? Well, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to most of Cubans who live in Miami and who are spread around the world. We didn't leave Cuba because we don't love Cuba. We love our country. The second our country is free, I'm the first one who's gonna be back there. I'm the first one. We left Cuba because we were kicked out of our country because we are not Cubans in Cuba.
Thank you so much, Arasi.
Please, Justice, don't let this happen to your country.
Thank you so much.
Oscar. Thank you, Oscar. God bless you.
You know
Thank
what?
You.
You know what? I wanted to do the joke that I told you a little while ago, that I met a Cuban friend in Juarez. And I told the Cuban friend, "Hey, where are you going in the United States? Are you going to these two places? Are you going to Miami or are you going to Miami?"
Miami, papi.
There's two different places, Miami or Miami. You know, I want to thank you, Arasi. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much. Thank you for being so courageous.
Thank you.
You know, ni un paso atrás. Ni un paso atrás. La fuerza, la unión hace la fuerza.
I'm so proud of my people right now. I'm so proud. The only thing I regret now, I'm telling you, Oscar, is I'm not there being part of this history. But my heart is there, and my mind is there, and I haven't slept, and I'm just looking at everything that's going on. This is the final battle, man. This is it. Gonna be soon in Cuba.
Que viva Cuba y libre Cuba.
Que viva Cuba libre. Que viva Cuba libre. Thank you, my friend.
Dios te bendiga.
Dios te bendiga. God bless you. God bless you.
There you have it, people. That was Arasi Cabrejas. She is, wow, what a phenomenal interview, man. Holy cow. Wow, she did fantastic. Didn't she? Didn't she do great, man? She was kind of nervous at first, and she was like, "Oscar, I don't know." I'm like, "You got to speak. You have to speak. You have to talk. You have to say something about what is going on." She's so brave. And I want to say to everybody that is watching right now, this is what is happening right now in Cuba. That everybody is saying, "Oh, you know what, Oscar, it is just, you know, nothing is going on." The left in the United States of America is going to say, nothing is going on. Everything is all right. You know, people are just getting tired. People are getting tired of 60 years. It's not just 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's 60 years. 60 years. And, you know, it is really important that everybody understands what is going on right now. Not only in Cuba, but around Cuba. As we are waiting for our guest, I'm waiting for another guest